So our next guest has been on the show before. He writes in two different lanes. He writes he's got like a double memoir, which was like a part one and a part two. But he also writes fiction. So tonight we're going to talk more about his fiction work because when he was on the show last, about 6 months ago, he talked more about his memoir. And so Harold Phifer is joining us Harold is overseas somewhere. So he joins us from wherever he's located. And he normally will tell us where he is. So I think he was either in Iraq or Afghanistan or somewhere. So where are you now? Where are you tonight, Harold?
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Right, right. It's a little small island. It's called Ascension Island.
Well, that sounds
And
nice.
yes,
Oh,
it's okay. It's okay. It's out of way place. It's actually between Brazil and I want to say Angola,
oh,
Africa.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
Nice.
like yeah.
Okay. So are
But
you
that's where I am
still
now.
work or vacation?
Oh, work.
Oh, so you get to go to exotic places for work. That must be fun. Okay, so so what time is it?
Occasionally.
Yeah, what day and time is it where you are?
It's the 17th and it's Wednesday morning at about 1:05 in the morning.
Oh, okay. So you're what? See, that's like five hours ahead of us.
About right.
Okay. So you stayed up just for us. Thank you so much. And you don't look
Well,
like you don't look like you like getting ready to fall asleep. So we appreciate being alert and smiling and all of that on the island where you are. So welcome back to the show. And you write under your own name for your nonfiction work. And then for your fiction work, you
right.
have a pseudonym. It is Dean Conan. So show us both of the books that you have right now, or do you still have two, or do you release another book since then, or do you don't have your books with you? You have that book with you.
I don't have Dean.
You don't have
Right,
Dean
right.
with you. Okay. All right. Well, you can still tell us about it, and then we
Yeah.
can still hear about the book that you showed. But tell us about your fiction series and Dean Conan. And why did you pick Dean Conan as your name? Did you just like pull it out of like the air? Like, okay, what can I do? What can I call myself?
Yeah,
I know.
my
Or how did you come up with that name for your pseudonym?
now, my my younger brother, middle name is Dean, and
Okay.
so put that and Conan. I thought a little bit catchy, yeah. So just like I said, pretty much pull it out,
Okay.
and right. But and I want to separate my fiction from nonfiction, so I figure I just write on a different name. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
That makes
a lot
sense.
of people do
yeah.
that. But some people don't.
Mhm.
Some people just they write under the same name for everything.
I do.
Right.
Me too. Me too. I'm putting riches on
I
whatever.
understand. I
Whatever is
understand.
said is me, and that's
Yes.
I would want to be another name, but I do understand why some people do it. Sometimes it's your audience. Some authors say their audience just couldn't accept that they were writing erotic
Right.
after they had written Christian fiction.
Right. Right.
Right. No, and that
Uh,
makes sense. If you're in two basically competing genres, you
right.
want
Or
to make
completely
sure
opposite.
that
Right.
you don't want to confuse people.
Hmm.
Right. hmm So
Right.
tell us about your character in your books. Your first book for Dean Conan. is
Yeah,
for the first title.
Charlie Moses.
What's
The,
the title of the first book and the
the
title of the
first,
second
yeah, the first one is "Fool Me Thrice, Money Changes Everything,"
book? Okay.
and the second, and that was the Dean Conan. The second on the Dean Conan is the sequel, "A Fool Indeed,"
Okay.
and what's the character? Parent was dad was a funeral director. They got killed and left him with a lot of money. Well, he was irresponsible, womanizer, and all that. So he blew all the money chasing thoughts and gold diggers and all of that. And so once he blew all the money, he needed a job. So he ended up getting a job as a working at the sanitation department. So while there, he meet this guy named Tin Can who kind of mentored him, kind of like another father. And he ended up falling in love with Tin Can's daughter. Long story short, Tin Can seemed to be a little crooked, beat him out some money in the end, and he didn't end up marrying the daughter, but he married his childhood sweetheart. I probably shouldn't tell all of that. But anyway, so then we get back to A Fool Indeed, which is he's happily married, a better man than where he started in Fool Me Thrice, but he can't get past the guy took his money, took it, like about $1 million. So he can't get over it. So he's trying
Okay.
to go back and recoup his money.
Okay.
And
So
in
the
the
second
process,
book is about revenge.
right, about revenge. And it get worse and worse and worse. So,
Okay.
you know, he, yeah. And almost, pretty much blow his marriage and all that, chasing revenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you write, and I ask people this who write fiction and nonfiction, or in your case, it's a memoir, part one and two, but when you decided to write fiction, uh, since you hadn't written it before, I assume, how did you
Right.
approach the just the setting and the characters and the situation and the theme in your fiction work? How did you? What
You
made
got kind
you
of lucky
come?
because both books are based out of,
Both books are based on.
uh, both, they're based in Houston. So, okay.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
lived in Houston, 2000, 2000 to '06. Then I moved down again about 2011 for about 2 or 3 years. And then now, not really live in Dallas.
Okay.
So, but the books are based out of Houston.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's
Um, I got you. But anyway, I guess I kind of always wanted to do something like the series itself is called the Food Goals Chronicle. I guess I always wanted to do something like that. And the nonfiction I guess was the better timing, I guess. But then once I did it, I was like, well, I got some fights. I did a 180 and wrote, Fool Me Thrice by Dean Conan. And totally different, almost erotica. Close.
Almost erotic.
almost.
Pretty,
Almost. Okay.
I mean, some of it is, to be honest, but not through and through. But it's more a lot of uh, innuendos, a lot of that,
Okay.
some wild situation. But
So
anyway,
your characters
so
are being human.
there you go. Well, wildly human, And I tell guys that, not too many guys have read that I know, but I say it's kind of man idea of romance.
Mm,
And what I mean by that, we have a warped sense of romance. We have a warped, kind of got that, I want to say dog nature, just if it's there, I'm going after it. That was Charlie Moe. That was,
okay.
and it came back, and it keeps coming back to bite him. You know, he's trying to go straight, and then all of a sudden somebody, hey, you remember me? And remember when we did this and you know, how did you leave me? You know, all that. So it keeps coming. A lot of his girlfriends or ex thoughts or ex whatever keep coming back to bite him in the butt.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think women's idea of romance and a man's are
They're
not,
two different things.
they're not the same.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
people say
And
women are more like an oven and men are more like a microwave. And yeah, it's, but you know, women think of something well thought out, elaborate, and you know, sometimes sometimes men's imaginations just don't go there where a woman is thinking it should.
right.
But that's what makes us different, because men, their idea is, how can I be tasteful, Rhonda? Uh, it's
They think it's getting physical.
to hit it. That's romance.
I said getting
Right.
physical. You said hit it. That see, I was the one who kept it tasteful.
And most of it is that most of that fear of missing out
We're missing out.
there. I gotta get it. She's here, you know, I can't let it go. I can't, you know, pass it up, whatever. It's that fear of missing out, and it is more evident in the um Fool's Gold Chronicle. I mean, that except after he's get married, he's a different guy. But in Fool Me Thrice, it just want him, say once, and then you know it flips in A Fool Indeed. It's not him; it's actually one of his best buddies. But his old history keep coming back to bite him still.
Okay. Now, what gave you the confidence when you made the switch? Well, to write fiction. Well, and do you read a lot of fiction yourself?
Not a lot, but I just kind of felt I had that story. And my brother was, you know, one of those nice looking guys. So you know, so he had a lot of girlfriends. And he had friends who were what y'all would say pretty boys. So I got to be around them and I saw
Pretty
how
Ricky,
the
what they
girls,
call
you
them.
know,
Huh?
yeah, there you
What did
go.
you say, Rhonda?
Uh,
I missed what you said. What did you say?
They're Pretty Ricky, what they call them.
Oh,
pretty Ricky, right. So, so, so I got to be around a lot of pretty Rickies and I got to see them, you know, work their magic. And
mm,
you know, so I just took what I learned, been around it, and let my imagination run wild and wrote the book. Because people ask me, is that you? No, that's not me.
well, it didn't seem
But
like
I
you
know
had
some
a
stuff.
lot of imagination from what you're describing. You were just writing what was happening and changing the names of
Right.
people to protect the innocent or the guilty, whichever.
Hmm.
I won't
What
say, I confess that
now
I
it's a
don't know of
confessional.
all the
It's
situations.
a confessional.
No, I
Okay.
mean,
Okay. What do you what do you
Miss
confess?
Gwen, Miss Gwen, I don't know all
Our
the
ears are
situation
open.
or
We're here to listen.
We listen and we don't judge.
but but I'm saying, you know, it's fiction, so I just embellish and project it probably how it went or
Well,
how
that's the
it would
fun part
happen. I
about
mean,
writing fiction is you can take the story anywhere you want to go.
there you
Yeah,
go.
you can. You can
Yeah.
hold back from true events, like, or you can embellish the true event.
Right,
You know, uh,
right.
you can take a story or a situation and take it to an extreme. You know, a lot of times that's a recipe for a good storyline for good writing.
So I put a lot of those together and probably what the reaction would be and just kept building and building. All right, okay, moving on, building another one. And Had some fun with it. I won't lie. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, your covers are very nice, and that's why I
Yeah.
wanted you to show them. Uh,
Okay.
if you have them on your computer, you can. I have a share screen set up
Let's see.
where you can share the covers because I would like
Let's
people to see the covers so when they go to purchase the book, then they will know that they have the
Right.
correct books. And the covers are very attractive.
Okay. Wow. You hit me there. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Appreciate it. Let's see. Let's see.
And a hush fell over the room.
Yeah. And I probably got them on my cover.
Well, I could well, Rhonda's probably better at it than me, but
Let's see. How I share this.
she you can put it up on Amazon.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You could do it like that. Or because I'm not good at screen sharing. I'm good at
Well,
letting people in, but not good at doing it. So,
well, you're allowing other people to share, aren't you?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you click on share, and then there are going to be multiple screens that come up, click on the one that is displaying whatever it is that you want to display.
Go share. Where was that in?
It's at the bottom, it should be at the bottom
Yeah,
of your screen. It's a share button.
the share button is green.
Y'all got a guy who's not this good at what he's doing.
Well,
Share.
or just put the link in the chat and I'll share it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it like that. So if you can put the link in the comments, then Rhonda can share it.
Okay. Okay.
Or Rhonda, if you can pull it up on Amazon on your computer on another browser, do you think you
Well,
can
I
do?
looked that up on Amazon, but all I found was Harold. It's under the other name, so I have
Yeah,
to.
it's under Dean Conan,
Dean Conan. Yeah.
his pen name.
Okay, let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Mm-mm-mm.
Dean, spell that last name.
It's
CON.
CONAN.
CONAN.
AN. Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
I shall share it.
Okay. Thank you.
A Fool Indeed.
Yeah, that was the second one. That's part
Which one
two.
do you want to show us? Yeah, that's the second one.
Hmm.
Uh,
Fool Me Thrice.
First one is Fool Me Thrice.
See, I know
yeah,
you.
that's the one. I mean, all I'm seeing right now
Right.
is the. Hold on, I'm gonna do it this way.
Let's see. You say
Stay tuned,
share.
folks. We got
Yeah.
this.
Thank you all for
Okay,
being
here we
here.
go.
Okay. All right.
I found it.
Okay. So this is the cover for A Fool Indeed,
Yeah.
which is part two. And part one, did you find
Right.
Fool Me?
Yeah, I'm sharing it right now.
Okay. And he
Can you
did,
see it?
yeah, there it is. So he did blue on Fool Me Thrice, and then he
Right.
did red on A Fool Indeed.
Yeah,
And
this is a very nice cover, by the
yeah,
way.
it's a
I
very
like
nice
the
cover.
cover. I
That's
like the city in the background.
why.
I like how you can't exactly see the character's face on the front.
Yeah.
So we can picture him to be anybody.
Hmm.
Right. You sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and then
he
here's the Fool Indeed, as you said,
mhm.
it's in red.
And he did the same thing. He showed a partial face,
Right.
and he's holding the drink. In the first one, he is uh doing his cuff, touching his cuff on his shirt, which and to me implies that he's very uh vain
debonair.
about the way he dresses and all that.
Yeah. Oh
Very
yeah.
conscious about
Yeah.
his look.
Mhm.
So anyway, I
That's
thought the
wild.
covers are very good, and you have a good rating too. You have a good review rating, so that's always good.
Mhm.
Yeah. People that read it, that read them, they love the book. So, and then I guess thinking back at Fool Indeed, maybe I should have saved some of that till they got in the middle of it. But some people don't like the way it starts, and some people, okay. So, you know, can't please them all, but it's a good book.
I was
It's a
just
good book.
about to say something. The best you
Yeah.
can do is just write a great book because people are always going to have something to say.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people will say, well, why didn't your character do X or why didn't they do Y? Because I didn't want him to. That's
Right.
what, that's my answer. If I
Right.
wanted them to do that, they would have done. So,
Right.
it's my book. I wrote it and it's my story and I'm gonna tell it the way I want to tell it. But because you have in your mind what you want your story to, how you want it to
Exactly.
unfold, how you want it to start, how you want it to progress, and how you want it to end. So
Right.
that's for you to decide. And so hopefully the
Right.
readers will enjoy it. And at least I always say, at least let your book have an ending. It doesn't have to be like, I hate books that end where it's obvious that the person is trying to give you a cliffhanger for a sequel, where it's like it ends like right in the middle of a sentence almost. So where
Yeah.
it's
Right.
it's not really it. You can still wrap up a story and still leave a semi cliffhanger for another part. So
That's true.
Mhm.
now you had shown and Rhonda, you can unshare the cover now because
I'm not. That's you sharing.
it's not me. I didn't do anything.
Oh, that must
Maybe
be Harold sharing then.
Okay.
That's not me.
Okay.
that's
So
okay.
okay, there you go, Harold. You did it. All right.
There you go.
Okay. So you had your other book that you showed at the beginning of, when we first came on,
Right.
and that
Right.
one is show that one. That's about your aunt. Uh, well, it's like a
Right.
memoir part
My
two.
bully. My,
I bully my aunt and her final gift, and
right.
that one is, from what I
Right.
saw, it's getting some good traction.
Mhm.
It's doing fairly well. Doing fairly well.
It's
Still got high hope for it.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of attention. I think the cover and the title are intriguing. You know, it makes people wonder what it's about.
Right.
So, give us a wrap up of that book. Your first book was more about your relationship with your mother, who who was schizophrenic,
Right.
but then your aunt
Right.
also had issues. So, that you
Yeah,
said,
she me
you
what I was
said it, not me. I didn't know if you you said it. So, what is the book about? The one with my bully, my aunt, and her final gift.
my aunt was oh man, she was more than just being dominant. She was a bully and she also in the curly was my brother light skinned. So she wanted to kind of be his mom or be his guardian mom. And she didn't want me or no one else around. But she was mean and bitter old lady anyway. So I mean, even she would come by, when we moved out, she would come by and throw my mom boyfriends out, in the middle of the morning or at night, whenever she came by. She was that kind of person. And but in the original book, she was like the antagonist, and people kept asking me about her, like she can't be like that. And I'm like, oh yes, she can. And I realized, why don't you just write a book about her? And that's how it happened. And I try not, I like entertaining, so I try to keep it lighthearted. I try not to, I throw the drama in there, but I try to show you how funny and silly her zany stuff she said that was just undeniable funny, undeniable weird, and that's what that book is. It's weird, it's funny, and even though, like I said, in her death, and I ain't gonna tell it all, but her weirdness in her death kind of brought me and my brothers back together. So that's kind of telling how it kind of goes at the end, but until then, it's a build up. It's enough to to split your side, as they say. Mm.
Now, uh, you have had some very uh, interesting, I'll use that word, people in your life,
Yeah.
and yet you seem mostly normal. So, how did you
Mostly.
She said mostly normal.
I like to think so.
I had to say it like that. So,
I
um,
got you.
how did you not, um,
I
become
know.
bitter and angry yourself after
I,
just
I was.
experienced and have
Yeah, I
described?
was.
Okay,
I
so
wasn't ready. It probably most of my 20s.
okay,
I mean, I was even in childhood. I think I kind of worked it out in my 20s,
okay,
but it wasn't easy. And I tell people that I say I was jealous of my older brother. I felt kind of a misfit. Felt kind of like I didn't belong. Kind of. I had to work out some issues. I'll admit, and I was always decent looking, so I had girlfriends, but I was a mess to deal with. People that I know, I apologize because I was a mess to deal with, and it was because of the people I grew up around, the people that raised me. Yeah.
mm,
So it took some work. I mean, I guess falling on my face and realizing it was me.
Mm.
well,
I like to,
um, that's something to be said, something to be proud of, because not everybody's able to get past that kind of experience that you had, especially with your mom being
right.
schizophrenic and what you had described about that. Because normally, and we talked about this in the previous segment, your mother is normally your last refuge from the world, from the time you're born until they leave. It so um, when your mom doesn't play that kind of a role, then that that has to be painful. I can't
It left
imagine
a hole.
it. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
imagine it. But I know that a lot of people do have challenging relationships with their parents, and yeah, you have to. They're human. The parents are human, and so you just have to, uh, give it to God, and try to work it out and get past it, and then treat people like you want to be treated in the final analysis. So,
Yeah.
Harold, thank you for being a guest again on the show.
Yeah.
Congratulations on having 4 books now. When you first came on a few years ago, you only had the one book. So,
Right. You've moved on. You've been killing it.
yeah,
It's nice
I'm
that,
working
with
at
all
it.
the traveling and working that you're doing, that you're still taking time for your passion.
Right. Yeah. It's fun. It takes some work. I'm sure you ladies know it takes some when you start writing books. You're trying to get them off the shelf, and it takes some work, but it's a joy to write them though. The marketing part is hard.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
absolutely is.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, have a great night, Harold, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. All right, Miss Quinn. All right, Miss Rhonda. Y'all take care now.
Are
You
you too?
too.
Thank you.